This is 7 National News, and in our top story, the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has announced an integrated government strategy for exploring the future of vital sectors in the UAE on his Twitter account this morning. The UAE Vice President stated that the strategy aims at anticipating challenges and taking advantages of opportunities that arise. His Highness said that the strategy includes building future models for the health, education, and social sectors, the developmental and environmental sectors, as well as building national capacities in the field of foreseeing the future. It also includes creating government systems that put looking into future challenges and anticipating the future as part of their strategic planning. The new strategy will be in 3 stages and will include establishing a college specializing in future studies, as well as government laboratories, intergovernment partnerships, and teams specializing in ministerial work formed. His Highness Dr. Sheikh Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qasimi, Supreme Council member and the ruler of Sharjah, has officially opened the 2nd edition of Sharjah FDI Forum today, exploring new ways on attracting foreign direct investment in Sharjah and the UAE. Addressing the Sharjah FDI Forum, His Highness Dr. Sheikh Sultan stated that manpower still remains the main pillar of economy at local and international levels, and investment should be seen as a bridge for cultural exchanges and not just a tool for economic growth. The ruler of Sharjah stressed that the real wealth of nations is its own people, and unless the economies of nations doesn't evolve around the well-being of citizens, economic problems such as the 2008 financial crisis can happen again. During his remarks, His Excellency Abdullah Saleh, the Undersecretary of Foreign Trade in the Ministry of Economy, revealed that UAE still remained one of the largest recipients of FDI in the Middle East, and efforts are currently being made to implement an FDI law soon in the UAE, which will strengthen the economic growth of the country in the future as well. On the occasion, His Highness Dr. Sheikh Sultan also honored the sponsors and supporters of Sharjah FDI Forum, while also congratulating more than 300 decision makers, business leaders, and economic experts from around the world.
We are working strongly in coordination with all entities, government entities related to FDI and how we increase the percentage of FDI to our national economy. And one of the initiatives that the Ministry of Economy is working on is proposing the FDI law. FDI law, now we finalized the draft. We expect to have this law in place within a year. So I think this law will enhance the business environment here and investment opportunities, and will release some of the regulations for the foreign investors, especially the foreign equity ownership. The law will deal with this issue and will increase the percentage of foreign equity in the ownership from 49 up to 100% in specific sectors.
We have a lot of new projects that we have announced. Behind me I have the new brand that we have revealed today, which is Invest in Sharjah brand. Invest in Sharjah brand is the brand that sends a message to the foreign investors that Sharjah is now keen to attract more investments, focused investments in different sectors. We have also announced the media-free zone that we are going to launch in the Emirati of Sharjah. We talked about the new technology and research park that will be launched by the American University of Sharjah Enterprises company.
During the forum, economic experts highlighted that the world has entered a new era wherein hyper-connected cities around the globe are changing the way businesses are done, and political boundaries no longer remain a barrier for investment. Commenting on how the UAE is rightly the gateway to the Middle East, North Africa, and South Asia region, an international relations expert, Parag Khanna, stated that the UAE is only beginning to witness the fruits of infrastructure investment in the country.
the reason that the UAE has become the hub of the entire Arab world and the Middle East economic transactions with Africa, with Europe, and with Asia is because of the infrastructure investment. And of course, that began with very special kinds of projects, with the rise of the energy sector in Abu Dhabi, with the Jebel Ali port, with Dubai's special economic zones, and now Sharjah as a leading hub for manufacturing and for other areas. So to me, this alignment of the Emirates together in their cooperation is what is making the UAE a cities state. And Sharjah has this very important geography, as we've been discussing, which is that it's on both bodies of water and, of course, is a critical sort of transit point and hub. So I'm certainly a believer that the entire UAE, all the Emirates in cooperation, will make the country, as I call it, the capital of the Arab world.
Dubai Airport has confirmed that Dubai International Airport was closed to aircraft for around half an hour this morning after a drone entered its airspace. In an official statement from the operator, officials stated that airspace around Dubai International was closed for almost 30 minutes from 8:08 a.m. to 8:35 a.m. due to unauthorized drone activity, resulting in a number of delays at the airport. As a result of the closure, arrival operations resumed at 8:35 a.m., followed by departures at 8:40 a.m. with some restrictions. The statement revealed that full operations were resumed at 9:07 a.m. Dubai Airports has warned all UAV operators that any and all activities are not permitted unless authorized by regulatory authorities and are strictly prohibited in restricted areas, including within 5 kilometers of any airport or landing area. Dubai International Airport is one of 4 drone no-fly zones set up by the General Civil Aviation Authority in April after an incident last year when a drone caused a 55-minute shutdown, estimated to have cost the Emirates economy 3.7 million dirhams a minute. The others are Al Maktoum Airport, Al Minhad Air Base, and the Palm Jumeirah around Skydive Dubai. In June this year, Dubai International Airport was closed to aircraft for more than an hour after a drone incursion. According to a new survey, salary expectations of Emirati graduates are 3 times that of their expat peers at 27,000 dirhams per month, the equivalent to $7,350. In contrast, the latest research by online recruitment firm Gulf Talent revealed that expat graduates seek first job paying at least 9,000 dirhams per month, a significant difference. The survey also showed that Dubai-based airline Emirates Group is the most popular employer for fresh university graduates in the UAE, followed by international consumer goods company Unilever. The findings are based on Gulf Talent's survey of more than 300 recent graduates and final year students at the American University of Sharjah. According to the survey results, construction and finance are the most popular sectors for graduates, followed by consumer goods. The survey also found a sharp divide in preferences by nationality among expatriate graduates. 91% favor working for multinationals, while 63% of Emirati graduates opt for government-owned organizations, while the survey found that local UAE private sector firms appear to be the least desired option for both nationals and expatriates. Rental cars in Dubai will now also be available on an hourly basis, according to a new resolution issued on Tuesday by the Crown Prince of Dubai and Chairman of the Dubai Executive Council, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. According to the Director General of the RTA, Matar Al-Tayer, the new facility will allow public transport users to pick up and drop off rental cars at metro and tram stations, and according to the agency, the facility will offer commuters the convenience of renting cars for short trips at a cost much lower than a taxi fare. Currently, most companies allow car rentals for a minimum of 1 day, and the new resolution will provide new possibilities and convenience for residents as well as tourists. Under the hourly system, the cars can be rented for a maximum of 6 hours per day and can be driven only in Dubai. The resolution also states that organizations will only be allowed to provide rental services through cars that have been licensed by the RTA for this purpose, with the RTA issuing annual renewable rental permits for car rental firms as well as the cars for hire. According to the resolution, cars rented out should be registered and insured annually and can only be rented to individuals who hold a driving license recognized by the RTA. Rental companies will also be required to set up a special system to monitor the movement and location of rented cars that must also be fitted with GPS. And the RTA has announced that all paid parking zones will be free of charge on Sunday, October 2nd for Hijri New Year, although parking fees will still be applicable at the fish market and multi-level parking terminals. Public transport services will also be operating at altered times during the public holiday, including the red and green metro lines, Dubai Tram, Dubai buses, and marine transport. The full details of the public holiday schedule and opening hours of the RTA service providers can be found on the RTA's website and social media channels. And finally, in the bulletin, the UAE is all geared up for an exciting motorsport season ahead, with the Yas Marina Circuit announcing its calendar of events for the 2016-17 season, featuring the all-new Formula 4s, set to be the main highlight for scouting local motorsport talent. At a press conference, His Excellency Mohammed bin Sulayem, the president of the Automobile Touring Club, along with the senior officials from Yas Marina Circuit and Abu Dhabi Sports Council, announced that a total of 377 events will be hosted at the capital circuit over the next 12 months. Panelists stated that the FIA-accredited Formula 4 UAE Championship will debut on the 28th of October. The series is said to be one of the most important events of the UAE's local motorsport calendar this year, with officials also unveiling the new vehicles that look similar to the Formula 1 cars. Open to drivers of 15 years and above, a total of 12 drivers have registered for the Formula 4 UAE, which will feature 18 races over 6 race events at Dubai Autodrome and Yas Marina Circuit. Commenting on the launch, panelists stated that the new championship was created by the motorsport world's governing body FIA to help local drivers in the UAE bridge the gap between existing regional racing series and major international events such as the Formula 1.
To me, I would like to see a legacy, a continuation of what we planted before. We need a hero, we need a driver to sustain it. And as I said in the press conference, it's a very big decision. I said we can go on and invest a lot of money in events, but we have to invest part of that money in drivers. Believe me, I know we can find the drivers, but it's not easy. You have to have the resources and you have to have the passion. And then you will get it. This country produces you big drivers, and this country can produce. As I said, water goes downhill, doesn't go uphill. This is sport, motorsport, like any other sport, it is government driven with a budget. So you cannot go on and rely on the fans.
Related to the Formula 4, it's good to have it here because I think it's the best bridge for any amateur to become, if you have an interest, if you have a passion about motorsport, to become later Formula 1 driver. It's not easy, but for sure it's not impossible, so everybody should try hard to join. And we are glad to have most of the races here in Abu Dhabi and in UAE. There is, I think, a lot of races which are going to be in Abu Dhabi and Dubai Autodrome. That means we do have most of the Middle East, or I can say Asia, focus for this kind of races. That's why it will encourage tourism. It will encourage a lot of people coming to this, to our country, which will help at the end in promoting not only the sport. It will promote sport, but it will promote also the country from different new aspects.
The season will see the return of its major motorsport events such as the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, TRD 86 Cup and Middle East Radical Cup, Yas Marina is also set to become the home of esports in the UAE, with plans to host Call of Duty World League and EA FIFA 17 tournament.
We have very, very advanced technology in these inside the walls of Yas Marina Circuit. So we, as I said before, it's not quantity, it's quality. When we start to do something as a teamwork all together with the support of the government bodies as well, we try to do it up in the best level we can. So hopefully, if next time you see this internet gaming or electronic gamings, I'm sure you'll be amazed of how we can run this event like we run Formula 1, like we run all other events in Yas Marina Circuit.